How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back to My Comic Life. Now, My Comic Life is a comic vlog that comes out every single Monday through Friday. So if you like what you see here, go hit that subscribe button. And I am so sorry that I failed you last week. Last week I only put out 2 videos, and then I got really sick. I lost my voice. I had the fever. It was all a bad time. But luckily, though, it allowed me to go and read a whole bunch of the comics that I have in my backlog. Still, I got more comics in my backlog, but I got my voice back, and I feel like I am ready to talk about some comics. And of course, tomorrow, I have to go to my comic book shop, pick up all the comics from last week. So, I am behind on those comics, but I got a little bit ahead of the comics that I have still in my place. So, tonight, I want to do my top 10 most anticipated comics, and also going to be doing a giveaway for the whole entire week. You have your choice of 3 comics, and the Murder Falcon issue number 1. All these will be I'll send to you on Comicology. So you have to have a Comicology account, have to be a subscriber, and you have to leave a comment. So tonight, or this week, I will be giving away an issue of Murder Falcon, or Auntie Agathas Home for Raver Rabbits, which is a great funny comic that I think a lot more people should be reading. I don't hear anybody else talking about, but I want to get these are the comics that I want to get out there into people's minds. And also Gunning for Hits issue number 1. All these books, you have a choice of whichever one you want, but I'll send you a digital copy through Comicology Unlimited. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what is your most anticipated books for this given week. And me, I'm going to give you my top 10. At number 10, we have the Goon issue number 1. Now, this is a start of a new era for the Goon. And I heard about this legacy that this character has had. And I do believe I have read him in the past. Not much, by the way. So, knowing that there's a new number 1 out there, and it's just a revitalization of the character from this little Albatross funny books. So this publisher is putting out the Goon again, and I am definitely intrigued to see where they go from there. And also, they have an alternate cover that is a cover that it says on their cardstock, so I don't know what that means. I picked up for issue number 2 on comic or Discount Comic Services. I'll see what it meant by cardstock by the cover, but as you can tell, like, this alternate cover is like really badass, and I'm really intrigued to see what the world of the Goon is like in this new era that we're in. All right, and so coming in at number 9, we have Dark Horse Comics, or more of the Burger Books publishing by Dark Horse. LaGuardia issue number 4. Now, LaGuardia is definitely a book that's not for everybody. It's a story of this woman. She lives in Nigeria, and in the world today, or in their world, aliens are real. They've come and migrated, and their species has intertwined with humans. But a lot of the places, like America and so forth, they don't want alien species into their country or into their homeland. So it's very much a politically driven comic, but in a way that doesn't demonize anybody who's either right-wing or left-wing. It's more about the characters living in this world. And our main character right here, she was infected, unknown to her, with this alien DNA. And her child has been affected with this alien. Now, who knows how it's going to affect her, but in the last issue, it was very much like, it moved at such a beautiful pace, and the whole entire giving birth section was just, it was just like really a fast-paced read. And it left you off with like, oh my god, what's going to happen to this woman and her baby? And what's going to happen in the climate of America at this point? So I'm very intrigued to see where this book goes from here, and I think that this might be the final issue in the series. Coming in at number 8, we have Winter Soldier issue number 4. This is like, I think, the only Marvel book that I'm regularly picking up, because after last month, I've started to focus more on the independent side. So I'm getting a lot of the books through discount comic book services. All the stuff that's in the previews, that's in the back pages, I'm starting to pull in more of those books in. So I want to kind of save money and wait on these Marvel and DC books for later. Like when when their books come out on Marvel Unlimited, read them there. And with the DC side, when they come on to their DC Unlimited service, like the pick up those books there. But Winter Soldier by Kyle Higgins and Road Riot has been really well done. I am one issue behind though, but the series up until now has been really high quality. The art is just beautiful. Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how the Winter Soldier, he goes and he creates this. He creates new identities for people that work for the bad guys who want to get out of that life, and he gives this one guy a new identity, new place to live, and the guy goes and slips up, and Hydra was going to go and assassinate the guy. Winter Soldier goes and protects the guy, and then finds out that there's this soldier, this child soldier, who has mimicked his look, and now he's trying to basically bring him to the good side. So it's been a really well done miniseries. I think it's probably 6 issues, so we're almost at the end. But Winter Soldier has been definitely one of those books that I've been really enjoying. Murder Falcon issue number 6. This series has kept on getting better as the series has gone on. The more that this series sticks away from the whole Pacific Rim aspect, where we have this world where these monsters are coming out of this portal, and this one guy, through his instrument, can call down the Murder Falcon and just wreak havoc. And so, with the whole entire monster aspect of it and the Murder Falcon, it's the least interesting thing about the book. But the main focus on the book is about this guy who had a medical scare where he was diagnosed with cancer. He, basically, he just shut down shut down his bandmates. He just blocked them out of his life, blocked out his girlfriend, and now through these events, he's starting to come back, and he's starting to try to ask for forgiveness for abandoning his friends. It's been more about the personal journey, and issue number 5 really just was all about the personal journey and about the conflicts of a man who thinks that he's going to die or possibly is dying, and how he wants to get back his friends and doesn't want to let the sickness define him. And issue number 5, as I said, was really stunning. So hopefully they stick a little bit more away with the whole entire monsters that are very nameless. They're not interesting to me. More on the focus on this guy. Although I would have to say with issue number 5, the focus was less on the monsters, but the monster sequences in that issue were the art was just beautiful, and it was just okay, I liked how you didn't focus so much on the monsters, but when you did, they were absolutely beautiful designs. A new number 1 by Image. There's a lot of Image books I'm really excited for this week. Assassination issue number 1. Now, the reason why I was really excited about this is being written by Kyle Starks. He just got finished with the new Mars Attacks miniseries, and the whole entire thing about the Mars Attacks that I loved was it was all about a father and son relationship and them trying to rekindle a relationship in the middle of Mars attacking. And so I like the character development in that series, and I'm hoping that with Assassination he could bring the great action that he can do, that he did on Mars Attack, while also bringing the personal dilemmas as well. So I'm really excited to see where this series goes. And then on to another Image comic, The Freeze, issue number 4. The Freeze is a beautiful series. We have this man who went to go and plug in a computer, and he got zapped. And when he came to, he found that everybody in the world is frozen in place except for him. And he goes and touches somebody, and they unfreeze. So he has the power to unfreeze anybody he wants, but he doesn't want to have a world where everyone's like, oh my god. He wants to kind of like unfreeze everybody, but in a really regulated manner, where he's only unfreezing the people that are essential to like surviving at this moment. So it's been a really intriguing little book, and it almost kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead at how it began. You got the first issue was about the introduction to the story. Second issue throws you into like 3 months into the story, and it just has built itself and is at a really great pace. And I'm really digging all the characters. So The Freeze is definitely a book to look out for. New number 1 by Image Comics, Little Bird. Now, you see all this. Director, screenwriter, Darcy Van Poligist boasts a long list of awards and basically we have a team that has a whole bunch of awards, and this book is supposed to be the next East of West and Saga. Hopefully it lives up to those type of hype. But we got story. I like how this tells you all about the accomplishment of the writer and the artist, and a little bit about the story. But Little Bird follows a young resistance fighter who battles against an oppressive American empire and searches for her own identity in a world on fire. So it definitely looks like it's going to be very politically driven. But from what I saw from like the art and the previews, it just really was like, oh, good. This is going to be like a really good book. Hopefully, with the whole evil America, it's not solely like being like, look at what Trump has done. I'm hoping I haven't really seen that type of those type of books show up a lot in the independent scene. A lot of it focused more on like the story aspect. So if the story's really good, I'm really down for this, and hopefully it's not very much politically saying like right wingers are horrible, which a lot of books do that. I don't try to focus on those books at all, and there's other channels that do that. But I'm definitely interested to see what this American empire is going to be about, and just like this art, this cover, just so beautiful. And then always, my number 3 book is Robert Vendetti's Hawkman issue number 10. This is another one of the DC Marvel books that I'm continuing to pick up just because I enjoy it so much. Brian Hitch, the art is just absolutely gorgeous. We had the story of Hawkman going and trying to find out more about his past, and each and every issue is just a really cool, sometimes contained adventure that you just jump on at any moment. So this series is always on my tip top. Coming in at number 2, we have Auntie, Agathas, Home for Wayward Rabbits, issue number 5. This series right here, which I will begin, hopefully if you pick it, this is like one of my favorite series that's been going on right now. You got this Home for Wayward Rabbits, where this one group of people, or this one group, want to go and make a golf course, and they're going and buying all these homes and everything. Well, the last remaining one is Auntie Agatha's home, and you have the story of all these rabbits that they could talk to, they could talk to you or whatnot, and they all have such great personalities, and it's such a fun book. If you're looking for a little bit of lightheartedness in your comics and just wanting a good laugh, Aunt Agatha's Home for Wayward Rabbits is just the way to go. Keith Giffen, he's the writer, and his writing is just so good, and Benjamin Roman's artwork with Keith Giffen's writing, it's just a match made in heaven. And of course, my number one is Gunning for Hits, issue number 3. Now, I will be picking this book up at the end of the month for Discount Comic Book Services. But Gunning for Hits is a music thriller. And when I say music thriller, it's just so good. If you love comics and love the art form of comics, this is the book for you. We have the story of this AR man who wants to go and sign this next big band. And the book, the first issue really focused on him trying to sign the band and also trying to explain how the music industry worked back in the 90s. And issue number 2 really focused on him and the signing the band and outside forces trying to get at this up-and-coming band. It's all really good, really great. The characters in the second issue, we were introduced to this lawyer. Oh, no, he wasn't a lawyer. He was an accountant, I think he was an accountant. And his crazy antics were just so over the top, but so great. And there's at times where you're just like, I hate this character, I can definitely be annoyed. But then he comes in and saves the day with his weird strangeness that just made me go like, oh, I love this character. Now I can see why. And the book takes time to read. It's not a Marvel or DC book where you just read it in 10 minutes. No, this book, the panel layouts and the writing, it's very much, it does have a lot of dialogue in there, but the way that the panel layouts are, it really flows really well, and it's a series that just really surprised me. So I would definitely, this is the one I'm really looking forward to. I'm really disappointed in myself because I have my local comic book store be the place where I pick up the books I'm most excited for day one, right there. But for Gunning for Hits, issue number 1, I was kind of like, okay, I like it. I liked the way it's going, but issue number 2 just really blew me away. But by issue number 1, I was like, I'll just pick it up on the cheaper at Discount Comic Book Services. And I'm like, damn it, I have to wait a whole entire month. But I'm really excited for when it comes. So that is my top 10 we have. And what is your top 10? Let me know down below. As always, people, my name is David Lee. And if you want to get into the running for Gunning for Hits, or Aunt Agatha's Home for Wayward Rabbits, or finally, Murder Falcon issue number 1, go leave me a comment. Tell me what books you're most excited for, and then you're in the running. And be a subscriber, and then you're in the running for one of these books of your choice. So, as always, people, my name is David Lee, and I'll see you guys next time.